Hello. Hi. So today is my first time have a live view, and I want to share with you some of my plannings for longevity. And it's a very challenging question. What is longevity and actually study? And it means one core idea how to extend healthy spans and and then simply lifespan. Modern science is shifting from living longer to living better for longer. And if you understand about life, like it's not just how long you live, it is how long you live, but better life. You don't want to live 100 year, 120 year, but bed riders. You want to live a long life, but enjoy yourself, more active. You can communicate with your family, your friend, helping the community. This is the most crucial of live long life. It's not like, oh, I want to live long life, but I just be a burden for the society. And also, live long life have different meanings in different people. Some people want to live a long life because they want to see the world change. They want to see the technology change, and that's another way people want to live long life. The other people they enjoy fly because they like something. For example, some people like they want to travel, want to see new places, and that is another perspective. On top of that, live long life doesn't mean that you have to be rich. You can be a normal people, middle class, and you can live a long life as well. And to me, I feel that middle class people is better than millionaire because you okay. So this is the way you can have a lot of money and live a long life. But to live a long life, you don't really need to be a millionaire or billionaire. You just can live a normal life, but have enough money to spend, enough money for you to travel. You don't need to be very rich, but you live like below your means. You don't want to waste money. You can travel to different places cheaply. That's also another way too. And but money is important. You don't want to go broke when you are no work. So that's why it is important. Not only your health, but also your financial wealth as well, health as well. So live long life is very different thing for different people, but a lot of things that people don't realize. Live long life is health and also financial health. And again, in order for you to reach financial health is your work, your saving, and your planning. Because some of these, it's not like 1 day or 2 days. It's a long planning. You have to plan ahead before you can be financial freedom. And again, money is important. Uh, you need to know how to spend money and how to save money and how to make money. And there are many ways that you can do that, whether by spend less, earn more, and what it means that when you make money or when you get promotions, do not upgrade your lifestyle. Let's say you recently you make 50,000 and then you promote to become a manager, you make 80,000 a year. And then with that money, you feel like, oh, I make money, I can buy a new car, bigger house, and more things. That's not a good way to think about it. You can use that money that you have extra to invest, maybe buy investment property, buy invest in long term stock market, for example. So it is all depend on how you see it. And the other thing is spend time more on the good side, for example, because right now you cannot just working. You need to think about yourself in everyday life. For example, like you want to think how can you be more active, how do can you exercise, how can you lose weight, how can you live longer, and also not only that, exercise, eat healthy food, but also try to understand the the problem in disease. For example, like Kuru disease, prion disease, those kind of disease, or Alzheimer, or heart disease, and food. Try to understand food, what kind of food you should eat, what kind of food you should not eat. And that's very crucial because a lot of people don't realize, if you if you really want to live a long life, eat healthy is the more important. And eat healthy doesn't mean that you need to be eat expensive stuff. You can always eat healthy and cheaply. For example, like you can grow your own food, and maybe you raise some chickens, and that can produce egg. And again, live a you live long life, longevity. Diet, for example, like you need to know how to how to uh, uh, understand the diet and benefit of it. For example, like for myself, I live very cheaply, and I live in a middle class neighborhood where my my backyard is not a big backyard, but again, I understand and I learn a lot about herb, about like medicine, and I in my backyard we grows a lot of like perillas and chanca pedra, and those kind of things. Is sometimes people think like it's a weed, but those things can be used for tea. So instead of buy tea, I just collect my in my backyard and dry it and use it for my tea. And it's a lot of benefits. For example, like Chanca Pedra tea, it can use for kidney stone. But for myself, I drink it. I feel like I like the taste, and you might not like it, but there are many kind of tea that you can buy and you can drink it. And but again, all that is you need to do research by yourself. And I'm not a doctor. I just try to understand everything around me to be more observation and try to learn, like for example, like what kind of plant that benefit of what, and how can we use it. And there are surprisingly a lot of information like that online. For example, if you grow fruit tree, like a mulberry tree, mulberry leaf can be used to make tea. Fig tree, fig leaves can be made used to make tea, and uh, persimmon leaf also can use to make tea too. So there are many ways that you can uh, learn about it, and you, a lot of information online you can learn about it, and that can save you a lot of money, and also very organic because if you grow everything, you harvest everything in your from your backyard. First thing, you don't need to spend a lot of money. Second thing, you know that this is from your backyard. It's more uh, better because it's organic, and you don't like put any chemical on your plant, spray anything. So you probably know more about what's going on in your backyard. So that's the other way to utilize or to use your backyard. Try to understand what plant grow in your backyard and what can you harvest. And again, try to grow something easy to grow. Like for example, like I grow a lot of long bean, different herb, and and winter melon, for example. And this cut a lot of expand on my grocery, especially buy vegetable. And I grow sweet potato. I eat the sweet potato. I also harvest the leaf and also eat the leaf. Sweet potato have a lot of benefit as well. So that kind of thing is like it save me money, and at the same time it helping me to stay healthy. So try to utilize your land, what you have in your land, and how you can grow something that can benefit you. And when you grow all those things, also need to understand a few things too, because when you grow those things, you need to eat. For example, like myself, I like to eat what I grow, and I try to navigate, like try to make a dish. Try to has You have to be more creative how to make a dish from what you grow. For example, sweet potato, I can fry it, I can latte it, and put some salt. It's not bad. It's tasty, and mostly I pick the new grow, and there are a lot of benefit from that. Sweet potato, for example, uh, I notice when I eat the sweet potato leaf more, I kind of like feel like the tube is grow bigger. It's like you prune it, but in a way that you eat the leaf, and then at the same time you prune the sweet potato. And yes, and it grow very fast. You need to eat it another 2 day, and you can eat almost every day. Don't overeat it, but eat it with your food, with your soup, with your meat, and it kind of helping you too. And again, you need to grow something that easy to grow, so that when you grow it, uh, it will be less effort for you to maintain it. So another thing is, like in my backyard, I notice there are some issue for me is the wildlife, the raccoons, the squirrel. They come to my backyard. They destroy. Like this morning, I check my muskline grape. Even I nest it, it still breaks the nest and then steal my grape, and that is heartbroken. But again, uh, I don't mind to share my harvest with those wildlife. But the problem is that when they come, they not only eat it, they destroys it. So that's an issue. And again, I live in Houston, Texas, and in Houston we have a long summer and we have a long growing season. And the issue here is that in the winter it can be a disaster for some of the plant. So when you grow anything in your backyard, like recently I grow avocado. I want to grow avocado a long time ago, but this time I didn't put effort to grow it. It growing, and I need to protect it. But again, you need to understand the variety, like how cold hardy it is. And before I grow a lot of citrus like pomelos, uh, guava, for example, on the ground. But after the hard tree that killed everything, I start to change my mind. But that is a big mistake, because here is the mistake that I did, because I grow a lot of plums, and I noticed that many of them do not produce any fruit. And I grow only 4 year already, and I don't see any fruit. So I think like sometimes you need to research more on the variety of plant you want to grow. And also like peach, for example, I bought a few peach, and then they didn't bear fruit. Then the only one that bear fruit is the tropical peach, and I cut down the other one and graft the new the tropical peach on it. So again, when you grow any fruit tree, you start need to understand, and maybe you can get that information online, or talk with people in the area who already grow something, and to understand like what kind of plant you need to grow, because you don't want to put effort to grow something and it never be any fruit. That is not an idea. So I grow like persimmon, mulberry, pear tree, fig, for example. Those a little bit more cold hardy in the areas in Texas. So that you need to understand that, because fruit tree is not only uh, you cannot just grow fruit tree. Some fruit tree they are like self fertile or not. Some fruit tree it is like how many chill hour intake, and also the soil, variety of soil, because some fruit tree can be grow at any soil condition, but some fruit tree you cannot grow like that. See, for example, like recently we have a lot of rain in Texas, in Houston, and I lost two fig tree, and fig tree should be able to handle the wet soil, but actually I still lost that to fig tree. And now I dig and then mount the soil and I put two more plants. So I put one more fig, little missy figs, and the other one a pomegranate. So I put two more fruit tree to replace that. And I'm not sure like how they're going to be handled when I mount the soil a bit high compared to the soil surrounding. But because I put a lot of tree branch, at one point it will break down, the soil will go down. But my point is that when you mount like that, when it heavy rain, you don't need to worry about the wet soil. So again, all the fruit tree need to be mounted. Some fruit tree can handle the wet soil, but I can tell you almost all fruit tree is not like that. It need to be raised up so when it's too much water, it be still protected. So that's what happened to me. Again, growing, living longer needs a lot of planning, and the first thing you need to start is do gardening, and your backyard should be the first place to start. And when I do that, I also want to let you know about the build up the soil. You want a good soil. What is a good soil? It's very hard to answer this question without using the soil tester. But again, to identify a good soil, you look at soil, you see a lot of earthworm. That is a good soil. That's why I can see it. And to make a good soil is you make, uh, for example, like me, like this morning I prune my fruit tree. I do not throw that tree waste. I just collect it and pile it up in my best on my fruit tree and that it rots there. So that's how you build up the soil. So when you let it rot, the soil get better and the plant will fit the earthworm, the micro, and it build up the soil. That's how I see. Uh, a lot of people do not see that way. They say, "Oh, we prune a tree. Why don't you put in a trash can?" Because, see, for example, like me, I prune a tree in front of my house, but I still put in the trash can and I pile it up and then bring it all to my backyard and make it let it break down in my backyard. So that's kind of cool, right? And watering, that is another thing. Growing gardening is not simply just you grow something because here in Houston, Texas, the temperature can be 100 degrees for weeks, 2 weeks, and you have fruit tree and you do not plan ahead, it will be a problem because the fruit tree can be dying because you don't water it. So there are many ways to water the plant. But again, if you dig a trench like I did, and when you dig the trench, when it rain, the water stay there, and you get the soil, you pile it up, mount it, so you can get fruit tree there, and that trench will collect water, and you can use that to water your plant. So that's one way. And the other way, you buy the water storage. When it rains, you collect water. So in my backyard, my front yard, I have water storage. We have about 400, I think, 400 gallon of water storage, and that is a lot. In without rain for 1 month, we will be able to use that water to water our plant. And water plant is another way to you can use solar water dripping. You have a big basket and then put the solar connect to that water and then it water the plant automatically. And you can set a timer. This is another benefit because if you let's say you go somewhere for 1 week or 1 month, then your plant will be okay because you water it. So when I water the plant dripping, I mostly focus on the plant that on the pot, but you can use it for your plant on the ground as well. Normally, the plant on the ground when you mold it, it can handle the heat a little bit better. But on the pot, if you're not careful enough, the soil can dry very quickly. So water your plants is also another thing. And because if you don't plan ahead, it can be pile up with a lot of bills and still growing your fruit tree that save money. You have more bill to pay because the water bill is not that cheap. Yeah. So yeah, there are many things going on in the gardening. And again, like I say, uh, to live longer, you need to have a healthy diet and you need to understand how to get benefit from your backyard. Try to identify the plant, the weed. You think like the weed, but actually it's not the weed. Try to understand it, and it can make teas. You can make tea out of it because it is organic from a backyard, right? So do research and see where it can be used and how it can be used for you. For example, like for myself, before I thought like the wheat called Chanca Petra, it's a wheat, but actually it's like a herb. You can use it to make tea. It had a lot of benefit for your liver, for your stomach, for your kidney. So I make tea every morning from that plant, and again it's cheap and it doesn't cost any money. So that's how it benefit me. And when you have your backyard, you need to think a lot. What plant you need to grow. You understand the soil, the chill hour, the flood, wet soil, and also whether the plant is fertile or not. And before you do all that, I recommend you to build up your soil first because build up your soil is the most important. You have a good soil, a fertile soil, you will be have a healthy plant, and healthy plant produce a delicious fruit for you. And to build that soil, you need to make sure the soil is good soil. By knowing how good the soil, you just dig a hole in your soil and see how many earthworm in that hole. So you have a lot of earthworm, which means that your soil is good. So yes, when you have the good soil, you grow your fruit tree. You need to protect your fruit tree from raccoon, from squirrel. That's a one another headache from for many growers as well. So for myself, I think bird net. I will be put electric fan around my house. I'm still thinking about that. So that is the goal because like recently I grow. This time is the time for me to harvest mass nightingale. But raccoon come over, they destroy everything. The squirrel also same. Come over, they destroy everything. I used to be very gentle. I'm very kind to those animals. I say, oh, because we grow a lot, we can share with you. But now I feel like no, because if you come over to my house, my fruit tree, and you destroy everything, I'm not happy with that because it's I put a lot of time on that. So I need to try to get rid of those animals from my backyard. This is the most important right now. So you protect your fruits, you harvest, and again grow something that easy for you to use. For example, like I grow long bean, sweet potato. I harvest my sweet potato leaf to fry it, saute it, and it's one of the easy to grow and a lot of benefit. Sweet potato leaf is a lot of benefit, and I like it. So that's what happened. And it saved me a lot of money because you can just go to the backyard and pick a few plant and make tea, make breakfast, and that is fantastic. So and also it's kind of exercise too. You go to the backyard, you weed, you do this, you do that, you water the plant. That's also a good thing. So when you do all that growing, you have a lot of like vegetable. You need to learn how to cook, how to use it for you to make food for yourself. So it's better that way. So again, longevity can be a very big uh, topic because for me, longevity is start from my backyard, from being up the soil, from choosing what variety of plant I should grow, and from how can I use that plant uh, to to eat, to cook with that, and that is big, big topic for. So again, thank you for watching. I think this is all summarized for this, and I hope you learn something. And it requires a challenge for me because this is my first live video. I think no one watching, but one day someone will my watch this. Oh, I can't wait to watch this, and I'm going to use this channel as a platform for me to talk in the morning because I work from home. I don't talk with anyone, so maybe just using this to talk about longevity about my backyard, food forest, and how I can cook anything, so that I not be alone. Thank you.